teenager who sparked a movement at the border in what many consider to be a shameful chapter in the story of our city.
It's no secret El Paso is rich in culture and rich in history. And just like anywhere else, our history is full of the good and the bad, particularly when it comes to our border with Mexico. In 1917, Mayor Thomas Lee, father to the famed artist, initiated a practice with the help of the U.S. federal government in which Mexican citizens crossing the bridge were first forced to strip naked in order to be decontaminated with chemicals. The disinfection station set up right at the Santa Fe Bridge.
It was very humiliating.
UTEP history professor Yolanda Chavez-Leva.
The mayor at the time was very afraid of germs and very afraid that Mexican migrants crossing the border every day would be bringing in, he said, lice especially, and he was very afraid of typhoid.
The baths would become a part of everyday life for the Mexicans traveling into El Paso to work. That is, until a 17-year-old Mexican domestic worker named Carmelita said enough and refused to enter the baths, leading to a few days of revolt as chronicled in the El Paso Morning Times. Carmelita, labeled an auburn-haired Amazon by the paper, would come to be known by local historians as the Mexican Rosa Parks. What became of her, though, isn't clear.
We don't even have a picture of her.
Megan O'Toole-Pitts is the author and producer of No Mas, a radio play telling Carmelita's story. Celia Aguilar portrayed Carmelita in the play.
Sometimes I would say something and I would get the chills. It was so powerful.
It amazes me that we don't talk about it more. We don't have a school named after her, or a street named after her, or a park named after her.
I asked all three women I spoke with what they think happened to Carmelita.
I just have this deep fear that she was disappeared.
I would like to think that she led a very prosperous, happy life, but the reality is probably something much different.
I like to think that that kind of strength and courage that she had as a teenager, that it went on throughout her life. That's what I would like to think. Did she get married? Did she have children? What happened to her?
And I wish I could tell you that the riots led to immediate change, but the baths remained in place for years and would be used again in the 1940s and 50s to decontaminate the farm workers known as the braceros.